Hey everybody, today we are going to look at how you can literally shake up an exercise to get way more benefit from your workouts. You don't have to be able to do a handstand to do this one. You can shake up tons of different exercises. This just happens to be one of my favorites. Let's jump right in.
So why on earth would you want someone to shake you while you're doing, for example, a plank? First of all, it's super fun. Secondly, if you're getting bored with repetition or hitting a plateau with an exercise, shaking it is an awesome way to spice up the exercise, challenge the muscles from a different angle, and get better gains. Thirdly, it's a killer way to work your stabilizing muscles. In a traditional plank, all of your muscular effort is focused on fighting against gravity. Your body wants to fall toward the ground, and you push away. So there are only two main directions in play. When someone shakes you while you do a plank, suddenly you have to engage dozens and dozens of smaller stabilizing muscles throughout your entire body to keep your form. Stabilizing muscles are the smaller muscles that stabilize your joints and make minor adjustments to your form without you even thinking about it. This allows your larger muscles to perform powerful movements with accuracy and less chance of injury. For example, when you do a push-up, the stabilizing muscles in your shoulder help hold your proper alignment, while the larger muscles, like the pecs and the triceps, do more of the actual pushing motion to move you up and down. So as these stabilizing muscles get stronger and more efficient, you can use more of your physical and mental energy to lift heavier, harder, and longer. Also, in real life, you almost never push or pull something in a perfectly straight line like you do with weights in the gym. So shaking up an exercise is a great way to turn it into a highly functional workout. Now, real quick, before we move on, think about one exercise right now that you'd like to shake up and write it in the comments below. And while you're at it, if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button. Now, please keep in mind that you can't just walk up to somebody who's lifting weights in the gym and start shaking them. While anyone can learn to shake their partner to help them get a much more efficient workout, there are a few tips that you can use to ensure that your shaking is both helpful and safe. The first tip is to start small and slow, and then build your way up from there. Lewis here is a martial artist. So to show how easily you can use this shaking technique for a huge range of exercises, he's going to hold a pose from his Tai Chi practice. If I start shaking him too hard or too quickly, I'll just knock him off of his balance, which is not actually the goal. The goal is to help him keep working as hard as he possibly can to stay in balance without ever actually falling out of the position. So I start small and slow. I give Lewis some little pushes and pulls, and I'm really paying attention to how he responds. Then, as I get a feel for the stability that he has in this position, I can start playing a bit more freely. I can challenge him with more dynamic shaking, as well as playing with rhythm, repetition, and surprise. A second tip is that if you want to try shaking up an exercise that includes movement, always start first with the isometric contraction, meaning the part of the exercise where you don't move. For example, let's say I'm doing a body weight sumo squat, and I want to shake it up. To start, I'll lower myself into the deepest part of the squat, and I'll hold the isometric contraction there. Then, Lewis will start shaking me a bit, pushing and pulling to challenge my balance, strength, and stability. After a set of that isometric contraction for a warm-up, now we can try the full exercise in movement, which provides an incredible workout with no weights necessary. Our third tip for today is to be careful around the joints. It's totally fine to also shake the knees, for example, during a squat. But obviously it's not going to be a good idea to just come and push the knees hard. Use common sense, make sure both of you are breathing the entire time, and see how you can use small, gentle movements around the joints to safely push your partner toward a more challenging workout and better gains. Another cool thing about shaking is that not only can you do this at any level of fitness, but you can also do it with anyone. Lewis here is an old friend and circus partner who's been living with us during lockdown, but this is a fun one I often do with my wife Prune. And we don't put on our workout clothes and plan a workout. I'll just drop down into a plank, she'll have some fun pushing me around, and we'll get a good workout together. Remember, the best workout is the one you do. So before we wrap up today, I also want to share a really fun game you can do that's based on shaking. This game comes from parkour training. You'll stand in front of your partner with your feet together, and the goal will be to knock the other person off balance. You're allowed to push, pull, and poke, but you have to keep your hands completely open the entire time, so no fists and no grabbing. You can also do this game on one leg, which is an awesome training for balance and a great way to work on staying focused and calm under pressure. I'm David Posnick with Posnick Training. Have fun shaking it up, and we'll see you next time.
There we go.